So I told y'all the Jameson Williams video was coming. I was gonna save it, I don't know, maybe Friday. You might see it Thursday. I know I want to get to the season review video Thursday, so I didn't want to shoot it in the car at nighttime at all. So probably shoot it before I go to work in the morning. So but yeah, man, Brad Holmes spoke on Jameson Williams and talked about how all the other receivers and DJ Shark, Khalif Raymond, which, you know, maybe I got a video for Khalif coming, man. He really becoming a really good receiver in this league, more than just a return man. So DJ Shark, Josh Reynolds, how those guys was able to build a rapport with Jared Goff in the offseason. And Jameson Williams didn't get that, was able to put the routes in and a live working with Jared Goff. And I believe it showed in the season. A lot of people said he underthrowing Jared Goff, he underthrowing Jameson Williams. Well, for one, before I get into the gist of the comment, the one that might have stuck out if you kind of read it out of context, kind of like I did, but then I ended up hearing the whole thing and reading the whole quote again. One of the things that you notice is he underthrowing them, but you got to understand, you can't gauge your speed because one, y'all ain't worked, and two, he coming off a leg injury. So how fast is he really? You know what I'm saying? So you probably thinking he ain't gonna be as fast as he really is coming off the leg injury. So you got to gauge. Like with Tyreek, for a lot of times, most people just think Patrick Mahomes is throwing it as far as he can. When they was playing together and he was going to get it. Defenses started playing the two shield. I think that's part of the reason why they didn't pay Tyreek. And plus, you want to build a balanced team. You can't have Tyreek, Kelsey, and Patrick Mahomes contracts on the book. So they just, went a different route. And a lot of teams start playing deep. And what Miami is doing now, it's a little bit different because they got Jalen Waddle and Tyreek. So, you gotta respect everything. And two, they going underneath. You gonna go on the top, they gonna go underneath. You play close, they gonna throw over deep. So they, with Jalen Waddle, get them a whole, different thing. You gotta, with Jalen and Tyreek, you gotta guard everything. So they kind of the perfect fit for each other. But with Jameson Williams, I'm telling you, man, the most telling play was a play that didn't count this season for him, and the touchdown he scored versus Green Bay. And he had to wait for that ball that Jared Goff threw. I don't know how Goff be throwing in gloves, but he had to wait for it, but he caught it. And Goff, it wasn't inaccurate. He just had to wait for it, but it dropped in there. He caught it, and his ability to pull away from the defenders that was behind him, because usually you got to wait for the ball. That's going to get a defender an opportunity to kind of like slow you down for the help to get there, the guy with the angle. Bruh, the way he pulled away from them two defenders from Green Bay on that touchdown, dog, I don't watch a lot of Detroit Lions talk YouTube because I just don't have the time. When I'm at work listening to my phone or whatever, I'm probably listening to a stand-up comedy podcast, whatever it may be. Maybe a Brad Holmes end-of-season press conference, stuff like that. Get you through the day. But, bruh, the way he pulled away from the Green Bay Packer receiver, it wasn't the speed. It was the fact he coming off an ACL injury, and it was the acceleration, bro. Like, did y'all see the way he pulled away from them? Like, did y'all really see the way, like, that happened? He had to wait for the ball. He caught it. You would think somebody would have tugged him, jumped at his toe. Man, his acceleration is unfucking real. Excuse my language. It was unreal on that play. So he went on to say, well, Jameson Williams, I'm paraphrasing here, Brad Holmes, he got to be dedicated. He got to work real hard in the offseason, and they going to provide the resources for that allowed to happen. And he said he's just a football player. He said a lot of people made a lot of hoopla about him being on punt returns and gunning and all that. He just want to be out there. We seen him make some blocks out there this season and all that. So his thing was in the comment that he got to catch up to everybody else's. You notice DJ Shark and Jared Goff clicked. In training camp, they was clicking. It just came to live game. DJ Shark couldn't hold on to the football, but once he came back from that ankle injury, he started holding on to that football. Once he came back from that ankle injury, it was like, he was good. So I don't know if that had something to do with it. Was it getting rest or was it? But they was tearing it up in training camp. Every time you see the Instagram story on the Lions Instagram page, they was doing something special down the field. So I look for that relationship to pick up. But yeah, he right. He got a lot of ground to make up with Jared Goff. You think about Josh Reynolds been with Jared Goff for how many years? You know what I'm saying? Plenty of years. DJ Shark had a whole offseason, but he been in the league how many years? St. Brown, he been in he got one off, probably a couple off seasons under his belt, his rookie year, and then he had last off season. So it's a little bit different for Jameson Williams because St. Brown is a technician underneath, so is Jameson Williams, but the main thing between Jameson Williams and Jared Goff is gonna be the deep ball. All the other stuff will come, with him coming in and out of breaks. People don't know. He can do what St. Brown could do. Brown could do everything. What can St. Brown do for you? Everything. He covered the whole field. He Golden Tate. Block, tough underneath, in and out of breaks, run to the sticks, possession. He can get yak, beat you down the field. You know what I'm saying? But Jameson Williams is a stick of dynamite. He kind of put you in a mind frame of Tyreek Hill, but with like St. Brown's ability to run underneath, like Antonio Brown, but with Tyreek Hill speed. He's a route technician. The way he come in and out of his breaks, that's gonna come first. Him running only thing that's really gonna hurt him and not coming out of breaks and running the slants and running the outs is just taking the hits, putting the pressure coming in and out of breaks. You know what I'm saying? Trusting that knee and trusting getting hit on that knee after coming in and out of breaks. That's it. He's just not somebody that like Marquise Goodwin, that's just going to stretch. Even like DK Metcalf, where he got him and Lockett love to stretch the field. And, DK can do some things underneath, but that's what made Calvin so good. Calvin, like Randy, was good going deep. That's what made T.O. and Calvin and Fitzgerald so good. Fitzgerald wasn't the fastest, but Fitzgerald covered the whole field. He can run underneath. He can take it to the house like in the Super Bowl. The Calvin was explosive downfield. T.O. was explosive, but Calvin was more explosive. And they was good underneath. They were great underneath. And with Jameson Williams, he one of them dudes who can run the routes underneath. He can really run the routes really well. And he also can take it deep. So he not like just a strict deep threat. He one of them dudes who can do what St. Brown do, but he also has the lightning speed down the field. And I think that's where him and Jared Goff gonna have to figure it out the most. Coming in and out of breaks, that'll just pretty much that'll be routine until only real hurdle there is repetition and him taking hits on the knee and feeling comfortable coming in and out of breaks and live game action. It's going to take some time in training camp and stuff. But him on the outs, the sticks, the option routes, that'll take time. When it sit in the zone, when it clear the zone, the comeback routes, all that's going to take time. And live scrimmage and one-on-ones and just them out there by themselves and him taking hits, that's going to come. But they real true test of time. They real hurdle to clear outside of his knee injury and just being physically okay to get hit in live game action. Their real test is gonna come to deep ball. That's gonna be the real test. Like, where's your speed? His speed is gonna be different than what it is what they was working for in the season. And when he get in the off season, recover and start becoming the truly 100%, that's gonna be the true test of time. So that's what he mean. He gonna have to get with Jared Goff, and they gonna have to be attached at the hip this offseason. Because if he was just a deep threat, then that's cool. Eventually, they can work on that, but they gonna count on him running to the sticks, option route. They gonna count on him to do everything, and that's what's gonna make him and St. Brown partnership so threatening, is because they can do what each other can do. And what Shark and Reynolds is gonna bring to the team, they gonna bring bigger body receivers that can get down the field and run those 50-50 balls over smaller. So, and another guy that's going to be critical next year is James Mitchell, a really good athlete. He's another very athletic tight end. So they got a lot more athletic, in the draft. And you're gonna see him more next year if these guys get healthy. So yeah, the hard part is just gonna be him and Jared Goff getting that deep ball down and just thinking the same page. When you see this route clear, when you see this route sit, look here, when you see me do this, just go ahead and just come back to me or run away. That's just going to be them thinking on the same key. So, but yeah, they going to have to get on the same accord together. But that deep ball is just going to be the hard part. But with Jared Goff, he done threw to fast guys in this league before. But I'm not sure if he threw to a guy quite like Jameson Williams. So, yeah, Jameson can run the route tree. So, yeah, he can run the route tree as a college football player. So now it's just perfecting, cleaning it up so DBs don't have nothing to really hang on, learning how to release at the line of scrimmage. So it's just going to be little things like that the veteran DB is going to really pick apart and be meticulous with him about, and the coach is going to get him to clean up. But yeah, that deep ball is just going to be the tough part. That's going to be him and DJ Shark got it down pat. Him and Josh Reynolds got it down pat. Him and St. Brown, yeah, they got it down pat. But I don't think it's nobody quite like Jameson Williams. Maybe in the league, bro. I'm being honest. Maybe in the league, it may not be nobody quite like him. From what I was seeing at Alabama and I seen this year, they should have a lot of fun getting him in football and being creative and all that type of stuff. But yeah, he got a lot of catching up to do. Yeah, he got a lot of catching up to do. He got a lot of catching up to do. So he got an off-season recover for a minute, get with Goff, and just keep it moving from there. So, but yeah, I agree. They said they're gonna provide all the resources for him, and it's gonna be interesting seeing him next year. And like I said, seeing James Mitchell next year, I think he's gonna bring a different dimension. I think Shane Zelstra gonna bring a different dimension. Brock Wright gonna bring something different. So yeah, it's gonna be real interesting, man. So I can't wait to really see them next year. And I didn't even talk about Levi Anazorki. Hopefully he come back healthy. So like I said, they getting the cavalry back next year. They get a lot of guys coming off big injuries next year that they should be getting back next year, and that should be counting on next year. So that's gonna be interesting. Gonna be very, very interesting. But yeah, let me know what you girls and guys think. Thumbs up the video, share the video, subscribe to the channel. Next subscribe button is the bell icon button. Hit all notifications, increase your chance to get notifications. We go live and drop a video. Check out Detroit Lions Talk playlist for more videos like this. Thumbs up the video, share the video, subscribe to the channel. Check out the Detroit Lions Talk playlist for more videos like this. You can get my link trees, the first link in the description. You can find me on Twitter, Facebook, Instagram, Spotify, Anchor, Cash App, Venmo, PayPal. Appreciate everybody that supports the channel. Other than that, check out Detroit Lions Talk playlist. Don't forget, check out my main channel right here on YouTube, Goodfella TV, for more sports, music, news, and entertainment. Right here on YouTube, one time. Peace.